Among the things we learned at today's hearing was about a new national embarrassment. How our Defense Department called a whole other country and showed our dirty laundry about just how far our own government under Donald Trump was willing to go to pursue even the most bonkers conspiracy theories.
So the final email here included a completely baseless conspiracy theory that an Italian defense contractor uploaded software to a satellite that switched votes from Trump to Biden. The Select Committee investigation found that this wild, baseless conspiracy theory made it from the recesses of the internet to the highest echelons of our government. On December 31st, Mr. Meadows received this internet conspiracy theory from Representative Perry. On the screen now is the text that Representative Perry sent to Mr. Meadows, copying a YouTube link with the message, quote, "Why can't we just work with the Italian government?" The next day, the president's chief of staff sent the YouTube link to Mr. Rosen, who forwarded it to Mr. Donahue. Mr. Donahue, did you watch this video?
I did, Congressman.
How long was the video?
Approximately 20 minutes.
Let's just take a look at an excerpt of that video, if we may.
What's being said out of Rome, out of Italy, is that this was done in the U.S. Embassy. That there was a certain State Department guy whose name I don't know yet. I guess this is probably going to come out in Italy at some point. And he was the mastermind, not the mastermind, but anyway, the guy running the operation of changing the votes. And that he was doing this in conjunction with some support from MI6, the CIA, and this Leonardo group.
Mr. Donahue, what was your reaction when you watched that entire 20-minute video?
I emailed the acting attorney general and I said pure insanity, which was my impression of the video, which was patently absurd.
Patently absurd. A patently absurd video about vote-switching satellites and the Leonardos made its way from Republican Congressman Scott Perry to White House Chief of Staff Mark Meadows, then to the highest levels of the U.S. Justice Department. We learned today that the White House Chief of Staff then didn't let it go. He wanted the Attorney General, Jeffrey Rosen, to meet personally with the man you saw speaking on the video. Mr. Rosen shut that down in no uncertain terms. But still, the White House would not let the matter go. White House Chief of Staff Mark Meadows later passed the matter on to the Defense Secretary.
The ask for him was, can you call out the defense attaché Rome and find out what the heck's going on? Because I'm getting all these weird, crazy reports, and probably the guy on the ground knows more than anything.
The Select Committee confirmed that a call was actually placed by Secretary Miller to the attaché in Italy to investigate the claim that Italian satellites were switching votes from Trump to Biden. This is one of the best examples of the lengths to which the President Trump would go to stay in power, scouring the internet to support his conspiracy theories shown here, as he told Mr. Donahue in that December 27th call, quote, "You guys may not be following the internet the way I do."
The other revelation about this today, and it's just astonishing, is that the guy who was promoting this was working with Rudy Giuliani.
Right.
And they were very offended that they didn't work, that didn't mean that they could stovepipe their concerns right to the Attorney General.
You know, they say the internet is undefeated, and shout out to the internet. There's all kinds of interesting stuff on there. Yeah. This is bananas. It's embarrassing. That's the insane part, to quote him.
Yeah.
The serious part is it's still pressure on the Pentagon to get involved in discrediting the election, and that's still wrong.
And it gets the Secretary of Defense to call another country and be like, hi, we're looking into this. I'm the Secretary of Defense of America.
And that other country is like, sweet, Berlusconi looks totally normal now.
Right.
Yeah,
well,
they love getting the call.
You may not be following the internet the way I do. That might be the problem. You
Isn't
have to follow
amazing?
the internet in order to know what's going on.
The President of the United States believing that the Department of Justice, the government that works for him, they don't follow the internet.
They don't follow the internet like he does.
The amazing thing here, though, is that what we get is some form of accountability. Honestly, the reason that you do a congressional investigation is in part so that we can talk about it right now, so that the public knows that this happens, that the lengths to which they went included having the defense secretary follow up on the crazy Italian satellite YouTube video that somebody texted to the White House chief of staff a quarter before midnight on New Year's Eve. Was there alcohol involved? I don't know, but I kind of hope so, because otherwise that's a worse explanation. Us knowing this is part of the accountability, in fact, that we're looking for.
Because I think the thing we'll be talking about long after these are done, and the things that may justify a deeper dive, is how deep down into the government his lies and his, Bill Barr would say, his BS spun those agencies around from what were core missions. It had nothing to do with defending the United States of America here or around the world, to be picking up the phone and saying, hey, do you have a translator around? I have to ask you about this thing on YouTube. Neither did it justify anyone's time or energy to have DOJ. It sounds like they ran down everything short of that one.
And by the way, when he didn't call the Department of Defense? When the Capitol was being ransacked.
That's exactly right.
Right.